We are group five, and this is our pitch for fixing the food situation. So, due to the situation at hand, with the construction having an impact on the food situation, obviously, we as a group have been tasked with accessing the most profitable recommendation to fix the food situation and optimize revenues in the short and long term.
Yeah, so when we assess all the options, we can look at food stands, food trucks, and the vending machine option. And so after looking at these, we can see that food stands attracts the highest number of customers a day. And although they don't have the highest average ticket per person, we believe that because of the fixed costs as well that's factored in, that we get the most profit per fixed cost. If we went with the food trucks because of just only the amount of average ticket per person, that would be an extra $100,000 a year. And so we think that the $6 difference is worth it to sacrifice that cut. And so for the market, we decided to survey customers of all ages, and we found similar preferences to optimize revenue. And so generally, customers report that they prefer three main things: enjoying having treats at theme parks, valuing having food available to eat on the go, and the cost of food is often a deterrent if it's often too expensive. Expanding on what I mentioned on the previous slide, we can see that we also get the most bang for our buck because we save on variable expenses like staff wages, since we only need one worker compared to the other two options, you need two or even two and a half workers.
Now, as for the break-even point, when calculating the break-even point for the food stand, we obviously took the factors such as fixed cost, which were the $50,000, and then the selling price per unit, which was the $14.62, subtracted by that $5. And when you total that up, you get 5,198 customers needed across all stands to break even. Whereas for the sales dollars, um, we took the sales price, which was that $14.62, subtracted by the variable cost of $5, and then divided again by the sales price of $14.62, where you get that 66%, which then you divide the 50,000, the fixed cost divided by that 0.66, leaving us with $75,758 in sales across all stands needed to break even.
All right, so for our next slide here, we calculated our profitability of the equation. You can see at the very top, we took our sales price of $14.62. We multiplied that by our estimated number of units sold. We got that number by taking the average number of customers per day of 320 and then multiplying that by 365 to get the yearly total of 116,800 units sold per year. So we multiplied that number by our sales price of 1462, and we subtracted that from our variable cost of $5 multiplied by the number of units sold again of 116,800. And then we totaled that, and then we subtract our fixed costs of 50,000, leaving us with an estimated profit of $1,074,616 per year. This next slide right here is a good visual of that. You've got our total costs in the gray, and then the revenue, the line in the blue, and then the orangish yellow line is our fixed costs of 50,000. You can see the area beneath the total cost. To the left of revenue is our loss, and then to the right of our break-even point beneath the revenue and total cost is our profit. Our fixed cost remains constant at 50,000, and then the area beneath the total cost and our fixed cost represents our variable cost.
And then lastly, this is our master budget, which takes the sales price, which is 1450 times the standard quantity, which is 5 minutes, times the budget volume, which is would be 320. All of that would end up being 23,200 per day and about 8.5 million per year for the master budget.
So to wrap it all up, all of these are the factors that were influencing our decision as to why we feel that the food stands would be the best option around the new construction and that sort. So.